Anthony, you're here in this movie, Real Steel, as sort of an underground referee and gamesman. I mean, is it kind
so
of
aggressive?
I mean, are you like a syndicate head with people who are betting? I mean, what is the character?
He's more of a promoter. The way I look at it with Finn, he's the one that realized that there was something more than just the big arena fights. You know, dude, come on, come on, buy me dinner first. Come on, jeez, Louise, I mean, you're a handsome guy. He realized there was something more than just the big money fights. You know, at some point in time when the robot boxing came around, you had to figure out a way for there to be a venue or an avenue for these fighters to work their way up to the main event. So because he spent so much time in the boxing world, he had the ability to carve out his own little niche. And that's how he and Charlie became friends.
Charlie's the Hugh Jackman guy.
Very good.
Okay.
You have a little booklet, right? Did you get
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Yes. Charlie's the Hugh Jackman character, and that's how they became friends. He gave him, once his boxing career was over, Finn realized that Charlie Kenton was a huge name in the boxing world. And if he could have him on his level as opposed to that level, that would be a great asset for him.
We were asking people, like, why do you think boxing movies continue, you know, to like fascinate people and draw audiences and
Because I bet you can name 4 times this week that you wanted to punch somebody in the face.
Good answer.
Right? I bet you can name 4 times today you wanted to punch somebody in the face. You know what I mean? So, you know, the thing about it is boxing is it's a way to, it's a reason why you have, you know, kickboxing and all these boxing classes at gyms. It's a reason why you have people that do all these, you know, Tai Bo, you know, what's the new one? Zamba,
okay.
you know, workouts, Zumba. Well, yeah, because, you know, people watch boxing and it's a way to release your aggression. And it gives guys the reason to drink beer and yell. It gives women to say, "Rip his fucking head off," which they really say, and not be judged for it, because that's what you want. You know, you want to see somebody win.
What was that first movie that got you pumped up and you walked out of the theater saying, "Yeah, I can do that"? Because I think we all had that one. You know?
Bloodsport.
Yeah.
When I saw Bloodsport, I mean, I was a huge Jean-Claude Van Damme fan, and when that dude jumped up and went with his legs, I was like, "What?" You know, that was the first. I was old enough to sneak into a movie in New Orleans. We had this movie theater called the Pit, and next to it was this little taco place called Taco Tico, and you would go to Taco Tico, get 15 tacos for $5, go to the Pit and watch a movie for $1. It was a nice movie theater, and you know, I saw this dude
do the split.
And his thighs were like that big. And I was like, that's amazing. And I've never been able to do a split.
Now, I just saw on IMDb, it's got listed, you're in The Gangster Squad with Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone and Sean Penn, Man on a Ledge with Sam Worthington, Abraham Lincoln, Vampire. What is it that makes you say yes to a movie?
First, a good director. Because I've been on a lot of movies where the script was impeccable, the cast was flawless, and the director made a movie that was like, what? You know? If you want to make that, but, you know, don't shoot this and make that. So 100% is the director. I have to have a conversation and a common likeness and bond with a director. And 2 is just 100% the character. I mean, I love to do different stuff. I feel like we're all fortunate to be able to do stuff we love. Like, you know, you're not going to write unless you love it. You know, it's like, what you doing writing? You know? It's like, you ain't going to sit around on set unless you love craft services. You know?
Who doesn't love craft services?
Fuck yeah! So, you know, but craft service in LA is a whole nother level. I've never experienced no shit like this. But this is a whole nother conversation. I digress.
Because you were in Detroit for Real Steel.
Yeah, and we had a great time in Detroit just simply because I love Detroit. But this, I mean, you have all the craft service companies here. So they don't have to go out and look for stuff. They got it. You know, they come up in a truck, bam, 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 and just hook up. You know, it's amazing. You know, but no, with me, it's really important what and who the character is, because I feel like in this business it's easy to get pigeonholed playing the same character over and over, doing the same type of film over and over, and you get comfortable. And I understand that. You know, if somebody was giving me a bucket of money to be comfortable, I'd be comfortable with my bucket of money. You know? But sometimes, you know, there's something in doing something that might turn out to be bad.
Do people come to you and offer you these movies, or do you actually say, I've heard this is great, call your agent and said, I want to get in there into that room and convince them I'm the guy to do this?
A little bit of both. I feel like no matter where you are in this business, if you're not maybe 10 to 12 actors, you have to convince people to hire you. I feel like I've been very fortunate. The movies that I've done have turned out really well. And the populace might not recognize that, but directors do. So I'm more likely to have a director fight with a producer to have me in his movie than have a producer fight with a studio to have me in their movie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's a big difference. So I've been blessed to be able to connect with the right people on the right projects.
Talking about directors, Ruben Fleischer is a really interesting and sort of unique choice for Gangster Squad. Can you talk a little bit about, you know, what intrigued you about him directing that with this big ensemble?
Well, you know, the thing about Ruben that's so interesting is Ruben is a actor's director. He's the great diplomat. He'll come in, and I'm pretty sure if he come in this room, by the time he leave, everybody in this room will have what they want. You know what I mean? Like, he'll figure it out. You know, and I feel like if you watch what he did with Zombieland, he was given a million opportunities to make Zombieland into a bad movie. A million opportunities. And I furthermore believe that if, you know, his last movie was released at the right time, it would have been a hit as well. You know, but being the fifth movie in a chain of adult comedies, you kind of left to be the wet cat at the party, you know? But I feel like what he brings to the story is heart and intelligence. I feel like he's a really smart guy, and he knows intellectually what it takes to make a good movie. So if you watch his movies, he's able to get really good actors because he has the ability to cast people in a position he know they will give a good performance in. And it's up to him to edit that into a good movie. You know? So I think it's a no-brainer for him to do Gangster Squad.
Is it a comedy?
Of course. Look at this guy.
Okay.
No,
right?
it's yeah. It's like a 1949, 1948 gangster movie about Mickey Cohen here in LA.
Oh. Okay.
And we get to shoot Tommy guns.
Nice. Sweet.
Hell yeah. So, and you know, it's like Sean Penn plays this gangster, and Josh Brolin is put in charge of bringing this gangster and his cartel down.
So it's a gang war movie, but it's a comedy?
Gangster.
Okay.
It's not a comedy. What is wrong? Are you drinking? What's in your water?
Sean's playing Mickey Cohen?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be something.
Exactly.
So then are you on the side, are you on the gangster squad side or are you on the bad side?
I'm on the squad. I'm in the gangster squad. It's who's in the squad?
Gosling,
It's
Brolin.
Gosling, Brolin, Michael Pena, me, and who else? Why would you know?
And this is your second time working with Gosling, right? Because you worked
Yes.
with him on Half Nelson.
Yes. We
So-
did Half Nelson. Yeah.
And what's
That was great.
Yeah,
Thank
amazing.
you. I was the black guy. It was Ryan is great. Ryan and I work together really well for the simple fact that Ryan can match you. I feel like a lot of actors, when they come to the table and you do something and I do something, you're fighting for your position. You're fighting for what you brought to the table. Whereas with Ryan, I bring something to the table, he brings something